It's a great day, my amazing CEOs. Welcome to the CEO Sales Huddle, a place where you build your 8 and 9-figure sales department, a place that you come to so your sales department can generate the revenue that's necessary to execute the big vision you have for the people you were called to serve. And on this episode, we always focus in the beginning on one of our core philosophies, because I believe as a CEO, there are core philosophies you live with, maybe as a CEO, maybe as a business, and perhaps even in your personal life. But let's apply it to your sales department. And our core philosophy is success leaves clues. So that means if someone else has done it, we can do it. But as a CEO for this episode, it means we take a look at another CEO, take a look at their business case as a case study, and then we say, what worked for that CEO when they was up against some challenges for their sales department? What were some of the lessons we can learn from things that maybe didn't work as well that we can apply in our business as well? So that's the number one benefit to you. I can't wait to share that. Let's go ahead and get started this morning with our business case study. And today we're going to talk about Reese Witherspoon, known for her iconic roles in films like Legally Blonde and Sweet Home Alabama, facing a reoccurring challenge in Hollywood, which is being typecast in stereotypical roles. This was a problem not just for her, but for many women in the entertainment industry. So Reese saw the need for stories that portrayed complex but yet interesting women. She realized that to change the narrative, she needed to take control of the storytelling process herself. Now, Reese's journey was not without its own struggles, its own setbacks. It may sound like you as a CEO, by the way, isn't that always the case? So here's one interesting fact, is that when she decided to start Hello Sunshine, and that's what we're talking about today, Hello Sunshine, in 2016, she was stepping into a predominantly male-dominated industry. She faced the challenge of building a company from the ground up while ensuring it stayed true to its mission of empowering women. Now, the conflict really lay in finding the right team. So people who shared her vision by bringing on experienced executives like Kerry and Charlotte Coe. So Reese ensured that Hello Sunshine was equipped with the best minds in the business. It's all about having a success team. So Reese Witherspoon's solution was simple, yet very profound. Create a sales strategy rooted in storytelling. I'm going to say that again. No, I'm not going to say it again because it's kind of funny, but a storytelling. Okay. Hello Sunshine's success can be attributed to its ability to produce content that resonated with audiences and stories about women by women. Now, this approach is akin to a sales cycle, where the product, in this case, the content, directly addresses the needs and desires of the target audience. By focusing on relatable, compelling narratives, Hello Sunshine was able to capture a loyal audience, much like a well-crafted sales message captures your potential customer. What's my big takeaway for you? Well, the big takeaway for you is Reese Witherspoon's journey is the importance of having a strong sales system. Just like Reese surrounded herself with a talented team and stayed true to her mission, businesses should focus on building a robust sales strategy that really aligns with their core values. This approach not only helps in growing revenue, but also in creating a lasting impact. By having a clear vision, like Reese's focus on women's stories, businesses can really navigate challenges and achieve remarkable success. With that being said, my name, by the way, once again, is Shay Brown, host of the CEO Sales Huddle. Welcome. It is an honor and a privilege to have you here every morning. I look forward to this conversation where we start off the way we start every single morning. And that is with one of our core mantras. And I believe we all have a mantra. We have a mantra in our life. We have a mantra in our business. Maybe you have a mantra in your health, mantra in your relationships or finances, whatever it is. But we all have mantras. And the mantra that I like to share for the sales department, that I believe that every CEO should have postered on the wall. In fact, on their screensaver should be these 3 words as their mantra. So when they show up in the sales department and they're having their sales meeting, the minute they say, what's our sales mantra? The whole group says 3 words. Go ahead and repeat these 3 words after me. They're so important, and that is focus on sales. Focus on sales. Focus on sales. As obvious as it is, as important as it is, here's why. If you can't focus on sales, you really can't be in business. You might be saying, why, Shay? Why, Shay? Why, Shay? Because sales is the oxygen for every great business in history. So without sales, there's always more money going out than there is coming in. What's the big takeaway? Talk to me. What's the big takeaway? The big takeaway for you and for me and for everyone listening right now is that selling is serious business. Selling is serious business. Selling is very, very, very serious business. And as a CEO, that's one of your core responsibilities is to be in charge of the sales department. And in fact, it reports directly to you. I mean, that's the importance of the revenue that's coming in, by the way. Now, once we do that, we say, well, what are we going to do as a CEO? What's our mantra? What's our pledge? Our pledge back is we're going to learn every day. We're going to earn every day, and we're going to return. So here's the pledge. I must learn, I must earn, I must return. Repeat these words after me. I have to learn something new in order to earn new revenue from current clients, in order to get new and old clients to return. So I must learn, I must earn, and I must return. Doesn't that sound really good? But our objectives is to make sure we check in and see how we're doing in the sales department. Our objectives is to make sure we slow down and check and see what challenges we have, what hurdles we have out there. And then we must understand the 5 sales pillars that every CEO must know and understand in order to be successful. Sales pillar number 1, you got to have a one-page CEO sales plan. Sales pillar number 2, you must understand your sales cycle. Sales pillar number 3, you must have a clear and compelling sales message with clarity. And number 4, well, we've got to understand our dashboard. And we'll go into that in great detail. Now, for those folks that tune in every morning, we appreciate you. No matter what platform you're listening in, no matter if you listen to the podcast, if you're live, no matter where you are, Amazon, if you're listening now, you can, and you're on one of the streaming platforms, you can type in #I'm here, check in. I like to see you. You can see me, but I can't see you. And boy, I love to connect with folks all over the world. So look right below the feed, if you can do it, depending on the platform, and hit #I'm here. If you're watching the replay, hey, it's okay. Thanks for tuning in, by the way. The replay is pretty amazing as well. So maybe you're watching it a little later, not at 8 a.m. Maybe you're at 12 o'clock. Maybe you're at 3 o'clock. Maybe it's 6 o'clock. Maybe it's midnight where you are, but you're still tuned in. You're in this conversation. Look below the video and put #replay. #replay. What a way to go, by the way. And then for everyone else who's tuning in and watching on one of our streaming platforms, Apple TV, Roku, maybe you're listening to the podcast, you can't do it, I understand. But go ahead and put @IamCheBrown. Go ahead and connect. Let's connect. Go over to @IamCheBrown right now, and let's connect. You and I were in this conversation around sales and success. And the number one question I get asked is, what's the purpose of the CEO Sales Huddle? The purpose of the CEO Sales Huddle is a place where CEOs gather to understand how to sell more faster. Focus on really 3 core objectives, and they are sales growth, they are sales accountability, and they are about sales consistency. And you may have heard this before. It's so important to be consistent. How important is that? Very important. But here's how we help you be consistent. You show up for 15 minutes a day. So we don't need you here for an hour, not for 2 hours, not for 90 minutes, not for 30 minutes. 15 minutes you tune into this message. And in those 15 minutes, that's 1% of your day. As a CEO, 1% of your day, focus on the one area that generates the revenue for you in your business. We have an outcome. And our number one outcome is $100,000 a month of consistent, predictable, reliable revenue. This is over and beyond whatever you're earning today. You generate an extra $100,000 a month because you're in this conversation around sales and success. And when you're in this conversation around sales and success, you're just more likely to execute. But we don't stop there. The question became, how do we do it? No, seriously, like, I like the idea. I want to do it. I'm going to get to $100,000 a month. I'm going to generate more revenue. Got it. I want an 8 to 9 figure sales department. But what do I need to track? What do I manage? And that was a big gap that we saw with our main clients. And so one of the things that we did is we kind of slowed down and said, let's build a tracking mechanism. Let's build a tool that allows them to tune right into where they've got to tune into. So in fact, we created something, and I'm so glad we did. And what we created was called the CEO Sales Dashboard. And the CEO Sales Dashboard is really amazing because it only tracks 5 key metrics: leads, appointments, offers, deals, and repeat business. There's no cost. You can go over to ceodashboard.com and download it, and it works miracles. And I love it because it's where we are. It looks like this. It's an Excel sheet. Right. I know we made it simple. And inside the Excel sheet, you can go add your 2 products. So you can insert a column or row on the side and put your 2 top products, or 3 if you want. And then we go across the top. And now we got the categories. We find today's date. We can look at leads, appointments, offers, deals, and repeat business. I just want to do a deep dive right now in just one category. So let's say you took your number 1 product and we went over to the offers category. The offer means your team made an offer. They asked someone to purchase. They asked someone if they could serve them. They asked someone if they could have another meeting. They asked someone if they could stay in the conversation and follow up. And the person said yes. And so I want you to track how many credit cards did your team get yesterday? I'll make an offer for someone to pay via MasterCard, Visa, American Express, Discover, whatever they are. How many offers were made for someone to sign a contract that was sent out and now we need them to sign? Or just maybe you're tracking the bare minimum. The bare minimum is what's the next steps? So you go to your sales team and your salesperson or team comes back and says, hey, we had conversations. Some people aren't ready and that's fine. And the 20 of them said, we've got a next step. We got to send them the contract. They got to talk to see how they're going to pay it. Or we got to have another meeting set up. You know, what gets measured gets managed. What gets managed gets better. Isn't that kind of amazing how that works? But we don't stop there. We go to the other side and we say, wait a minute. What challenges are out there that are holding people back today that we can step right into? Powerful people ask powerful questions because questions their focus. And in this life, you get what you focus on. So we're going to ask ourselves 3 powerful questions. Number 1, what are you most proud of? Number 2, what was your biggest accomplishment? And number 3, what do you want to brag about? You can't wait, man. You just can't wait. You want to brag about it. You're excited about it. This is what's happening in the sales department. And you got to raise your hand and say, yes, look at us. And then number 2, we're going to go to the other side now and say, well, if this is what we're most proud of. We all have room for improvement. We all have room for growth. Let's look at and see what hurdles or what challenges are out there. We did that with a case study this morning. And let's acknowledge that. And so we can have not only a plan, but a clear path. So go ahead and write this down in your notes so you can post it. What was your biggest roadblock yesterday for the sales department? Number 2, powerful people ask powerful questions. Questions steer focus. And in this life, you certainly get what you focus on. What's preventing you today from moving forward? And then what's the one thing you can do? That if you did it and took that step forward, it would move your life and or business forward. You've got this. My message of the day is focus on sales. My message of the day is focus on sales. My message of the day is focus on sales. And the obvious reason is if you can't focus on sales, you can't be in business. Don't focus on trying to get someone to buy something. Don't focus on trying to convince someone to do something. Just focus on being in front of people who have a problem and raising your hand and saying, I can help you. Let's start there. Let's start from a servant mentality. We do that, and you will see your sales go up, 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 and away. With that being said, my name, by the way, is Shay Brown, host of the CEO Sales Huddle. You're amazing. You're incredible. And I believe for you, the best is still yet to come. God bless and keep doing God's work. I'm out. Peace.